we need to talk. I promise you that if you hit 1370 and instead of doing this, you're cutting your stone randomly, or you're out here auto dismantling your accessories just because they have explosive expert, you are wasting thousands of gold. But it's okay. It's all right. You don't have to delete your character. KPal is here with a guide on how to efficiently maximize your engravings, specifically in tier 3 and 1370 plus. I've got 4 example builds to walk through, how to get them very cheap, very efficiently, starting with our budget 333 and ending with the absolute gigamokoko, the build of all builds for level 3s. Let's jump in. So first up is our budget 333 build. This is a great build for starting out. It's great for chaos dungeons, movement sets, and alts. I've got 4 steps here on how to get this build, but I'm more of a learn by example kind of person. So we're going to be building this in-game from scratch. Quick in-game example on building that budget 333 build. I've just run Argos. I've just run my Abyss Dungeons on hard. 100% of these accessories I just got have one of my 2 class engravings. For Scrapper, that's Shock Training or Ultimate Taijutsu. I'm on my test build here. I've got nothing equipped, no engraving books, no accessories, nothing. So I'm going to start with my engravings books. So I'm going to open my engravings tab here. I'm going to equip Grudge. And normally I would equip Ambush Master, but for sake of clarity and accessories that I already have, I'm going to go with Spirit Absorption, which is also decent. You can see I've got 9 in Spirit Abs, 9 in Grudge. So now moving on to my accessories. How do we filter through all of this garbage? Just looking for accessories that hit 2 checkboxes. First checkbox, does it have the right combat stat? I'm looking for crit or specialization, and swiftness is also okay. Second checkbox, does it have the class engraving that I want? I run shock training, so I'm looking for shock. I've already split these out aside just for the sake of time, so we'll go ahead and equip this. This has crit and swiftness and shock training. This has spec and shock training. This has crit and shock training. This has crit and shock training. Okay, so now I've got 4 accessories equipped. I'm just missing my ability stone and that 5th accessory. I do have attack power reduction, level 1, but I personally feel like that's a very small price to pay given I didn't have to pay for any of these accessories, didn't have to spend any gold, any fions, nothing. So next thing we want to do is we want to get our +6, +3 stone, as well as buy a very specific 3-3 accessory or cheaper accessory if we get a really good stone. Let's look in the market. So I'm looking for a Grudge Spirit Absorption Stone. Full disclaimer, I already tried this once and failed. You can see we've got a 48.5% chance of hitting. We'll see if that probability checks out. Grudge, Grudge, Grudge. Oh man. On average, you're gonna need to cut 2 stones in order to get a 6-3 stone. I'm actually gonna go to tier 2 here just to save some gold. If you look here, there's a lot of different options. They're all pretty much the same price, independent of the red engraving. You want to pay attention to the red engraving on your stone, right? Because you can choose this. These are all pretty much the same price, 50 gold, 100 gold, 99 gold. That's independent from the red engraving. So I don't want to get attack power reduction, and I probably don't want attack speed either. So I want either defense or movement. The first one's defense. Great. We'll buy that. 1 fion, whatever, 10 gold. Man. Spending 1 fion for you guys, geez. So I'm actually going to use Ability Stone Calculator to maximize my chances. So this one's from lostark.meta-game.gg. I'll put that in the description below. We're going to actually go into probability mode. I use this one a lot. And I'm going to change it to wanting to be a 6-3. So I'm actually going to make it 3-6 because I want to prioritize getting as many nodes as possible in Grudge, since I think that Grudge is usually more expensive in terms of accessories. And we want to get as many nodes as possible from our stone to prevent us from having to spend so much gold on accessories. So I'm going to make sure to change my nodes to 9. And we're just going to cut the stone. Grudge, defense reduction. Spirit Absorption, Spirit Absorption, Grudge, Grudge. Holy 4-8, jeez. Okay, we've got our 8-4 stone. So normally we only need 6-3. So let's try equipping that. You can see here we've hit level 3 of Grudge, and we need 2 more nodes of Spirit Absorption and 3 nodes of Shock Training. And this is what I was talking about. If you get a better stone than 6-3, you could potentially afford to buy a cheaper accessory. Normally what you would do is you'd say, okay, I need a Shock 3, Spirit Absorption 3, or 2 accessory. So you just go in the auction house, look for that. Spirit Absorption 3. Accessories start at 1,000 gold. Because we cut a good stone, we can go down to Spirit Absorption 2. And you can see here that it's already like 500 gold. It's 2 times cheaper at minimum prices to just buy a 3-2 accessory instead. I'm not gonna buy this because I actually already have an accessory in my bag for this. So you can see I've got 3 shock, 3 absorption, swiftness, which is acceptable, right? So I just equip that and boom, we've got our budget 333 engravings build. And all you gotta do to get there is equip 4 accessories from Argos and Abyss dungeons, cut a 6-3 stone, buy 1 accessory. Now it's totally possible that you don't cut a 6-3 stone, you get something a little bit better or a little bit worse. I've got a map here on what you can do in those situations. Quick note on the 6-6 stone, because I know what you're thinking.
K-Pow, why are you telling me to cut a 6-3 stone? Everyone talks about 6-6 stones.
For this budget build, a 6-6 stone is only more cost effective if the accessory is about 5 times more expensive than the stone. That's because there's a 15% chance of getting a 6-6 as opposed to the 49% chance from before with the 6-3. Now, if you randomly hit a 6-6, you won the lottery, go crazy. So now let's move on to our utility build. You've got 3 level 3s and 1 level 1. This is a super easy upgrade from 333. It's basically the same other than an additional level 1. Now what engravings are good at level 1? Any engraving with 0 downside. A couple examples of ones that I'm looking for: Crisis Evasion, Emergency Rescue, Awakening, Heavy Armor, Adrenaline, or Spirit Absorption. All great. A quick in-game example of adding on a level 1 utility engraving. Been running my Argos, been running my Abyss dungeons on hard, got a bunch of accessories here to filter through every week. So I'm looking through, seeing a bunch of stuff that's trash. Oh, what are these accessories that already have a lock icon on it? Huh. Specialization, I need that. Shock training, I need that. Let's pull that aside. Okay, what about this other one? Spec, I need that. Shock training, I need that. Let's pull that aside. Wait a minute. Both of these accessories have sight focus +3. So these have a pair of non-class engravings that we were ignoring before, and the combat stat that I want, and the class engraving that I want. Huh, what if I equip these? Oh my god, I've got a level 1 engraving, sight focus. Now I can get worried about people reporting me in chat. This is amazing. That's how you get 3-3-3-1. Now on to build 3. This is a 3-3-3-1 build, specifically for classes that only want level 1 of their class engraving. It's pretty expensive, but it is good for some classes, such as Surge Deathblade, Blue Gun Lancer, Perfect Suppression Shadowhunter, etc., etc. Very similar in concept to before, except now you've got to buy all 5 of your accessories. Reason for that is you can't just get 100% chance of a specific engraving from Abyss Dungeons or Argos as before. So this is going to cost you a lot of gold. Quick note here, the second engraving does not matter on 2 of the 5 accessories, this 3rd and 4th one. So you can either just use whatever's cheapest, or you can go for a cheap utility from earlier examples. As a result, you'd have 3 level 3s and 2 level 1s. Again, quick note, gambling for a 6-6 stone compared to a 6-3 only saves you 1 accessory, this 5th accessory here. Use that knowledge to your advantage. Now we're on to the 4th and final build, the Gigamokoko 4 level 3 engravings build. This is expensive. It's expensive, I know. But woman will find you irresistible. You're going to have your entire friend list full at 50 friends. Your favorite streamer is going to be constantly DMing you, trying to get you to run Argos with them. You're going to have to sit around in your stronghold hiding from everybody. It's insane. It's insane. Note, it does cost a lot of gold. You're going to have to buy 7 stones on average just to hit a 6-6, and you're going to need to buy all 5 accessories with the right combat stats. It's expensive. Personally, I opted to save some gold by being a sight focus enjoyer, some of the most fun I've had in the game. Tip on how to save gold: use an ability stone calculator. I would imagine that you're not the craziest ability stone cutter just on your own doing it randomly, so use a calculator. It's super helpful. Make sure you're not sacrificing your combat stats, all that stuff I talked about before. If you're out here with 1,000 endurance, your streamer's not going to be DMing you. They're just going to be banning you from their chat. Don't sacrifice your combat stats. Now I wanted to go over some common mistakes. The first 3 I actually touched on earlier in the video, so we won't talk about that. But I do want to touch on, don't ignore your red engravings. I would recommend using the auction interest list tool to plan. If you're buying a bunch of accessories at once, I highly recommend using the interest list tool. This is going to prevent us from getting something like attack power reduction level 3 and getting our character profile posted on Reddit and everyone making fun of us. You're just going to click this pin symbol here right next to an accessory whenever you're looking for it. You're going to go to this interest list tab at the top. And one of the things you'll notice immediately from this list as you go through it is that all 3 of these have defense reduction. So that's bad. We want to unpin something and switch it out for something else. When you're buying your accessories, pick your ability stone last. So for all of your accessories, if for example, none of them have movement speed reduction, pick the ability stone which has movement speed reduction. The reason that you do this is because there's a ton of ability stones on the auction house and the price generally doesn't change based on the red engraving. Just pick the ability stone last based on that red engraving and you're set. And that's the guide. If it was helpful, please like, please subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. If you have any questions, I do stream a couple days a week. You can ask there or in the comments below. I also have a daily updated Lost Ark Master Calculator. I'll leave that in the description as well. It tells you what to buy, what to prioritize from Mari and a bunch of vendors like Event, Guild, Infinite Chaos. I personally update it daily with prices on NA West, so feel free to check that out. Thanks so much everybody for watching and see you next time.